I have to laugh at some things. Back when I was younger, everyone had a storm door. But I was just informed this morning that I got a new door, but if you put a storm door on it, it voids the warranty. Like shit, what were storm doors always used for? They were always used to protect the door. So it leaves me baffled. Like, if you can't have a storm door on your house so that you can open your exterior door and still have a storm door there, then I guess the manufacturers are making doors wrong. Especially for the fucking price you pay. You pay $1,000 for a fucking door and you can't put a storm door on it? I'm serious. I think their manufacturing skills got worse opposed to better. Because growing up, my grandmother had a storm door. Actually, both my grandparents had storm doors. My mom and dad had a storm door. Everywhere you looked, people had a storm door. Now it's if you have one, it voids the warranty on your exterior door. That's quite the fucking head scratcher because, that puts limits on it. Like, that's another limitation. Because my ex-husband, I had a screen door. One of those ones you'd see old-fashioned. It wasn't a storm door. It was a wooden screen door. And I'll tell you right now, I fucking want it back. Because, if you say, well, because there's a storm door, heat builds up between the storm door and the exterior door. A storm door, they always got them because it protected from the cold and the heat. That's why it was called a storm door. What's wrong with, really, what's wrong with this picture? So basically, if you don't have a storm door, you can't fucking open your door and leave it open. And a lot of people like to open their door. I get up for the past 3 years since I've been here, and I put one of those screen doors on my entry door. I'd get up every morning in the summer, and the first thing I'd do is open my door. I think this is all about fucking control. Because obviously, if you can't put a storm door on your house, then you're making your doors like a piece of shit. Or you're using the wrong fucking material. Using cheaper material, but charging more for it. That's a little fucked up. Maybe I should just walk right up to Kohler's. Because it is just right up the road and say, hey, I think you're making your doors and windows with the wrong material. If I can't have a fucking storm door on my door. My ex has told me, well, in storms, like, you got to push the door out anyways. Yeah? Okay. So what? It protects your door, but they say it doesn't protect your door, it wrecks your door. Because the heat that builds up in it. Like I said, it's all about control because it's getting too fucking ridiculous for anything. They're telling you, oh, well, you can't have a storm door. because the heat gets between it. Well, then I guess it's it's on you. Maybe you should be changing your manufacturing habits and the materials that you use. Because to tell somebody it avoids a warranty because you put a screen door on, your warranties are fucking bullcrap anyways. One second. It's ridiculous. So instead of them making things better, they're actually making things worse because they want to use the cheap way but charge more. It's like, do people not see? Because people say, oh, well, it's like having a fit. No, I really want to kick that door down now because people say, oh, well, that don't make sense. Well, it don't make sense, the material that they make their fucking doors out of, does it? A cheap-ass door, but charges a lot. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
What's that, Rolly? Will you get out of my fucking way? Yes.
It's ridiculous. But see, the thing is, I guess my door would still be warranted because the screen that I use is opened year-round.
Well, we need to take it off in the fall. We need to save your screen door.
So,
That's what people do with those kinds.
no, I actually see people that have them on all year round.
That's right. Well, if you want to save your fucking...
And I'm pretty sure that, you know, it wasn't the wind that ripped that door off. I'm pretty sure somebody came here and ripped that door off.
You pay for the screen door.
I did pay for the last screen door, and they took it.
Yeah, I know. It was all broken.
It's lie.
to
You're
ratchet,
heavy.
right?
It was all broke to rat shit because somebody tried ripping it off.
So, since we're not sure, and it sure as fuck isn't that hard, wouldn't it make sense to take it off in the fall, put it back on in the spring? Since you don't want your
Because,
fucking
see,
door, you don't want your door open in the wintertime.
when I first came here, it had a thing. It was like a tunnel. And the snow would come, and the snow just drifts right up at the door. So when you open your door, the snow all comes falling in your house. That screen door, that's why storm doors, I would think that a storm door would protect your door from that.
That wasn't a storm door, it was a screen door.
No, but storm doors are to protect your door from that. But my door was protecting the snow from getting in, and when I open my door, falling in my house. Because before I put that screen door on, the snow would fall right in my house when I opened the door. And that's what storm doors were used for. Hence the word storm door. It would protect your exterior door.
There you go, there's a half a pot of coffee.
So I guess whatever they were making doors with then, do it again. Gorete purisitay.
Well, that's what I told them.